Buenos dias. It's day 23. It's about 7:45. Yeah, it's almost exactly 7:45. So yeah, I was pretty cold and miserable at the end of the day yesterday. Let's see. It's like a tribute to some hiker or something that maybe died or something. I was pretty cold and miserable. We set up our tents pretty early, a lot earlier than I normally would. I just got into my quilt and tried to get warm. So I went to bed a little earlier and I woke up a little earlier. It was pretty rainy and windy, like as I was falling asleep, but really overnight it was a amazingly calm evening, considering how rough it was during the afternoon. And really this morning it feels pretty warm. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come, but probably not. Anyway, yeah, I got a pretty good climb to start the morning. I think we're about 3.5 miles from the end of segment 23. And we'll get into segment 24 and get to play with some avalanche debris. Some pretty serious stuff, it sounds like. Whew. So, I also think, Mullis Pass Campground or whatever is probably going to be something I'll reach today. And I think I'm going to have to go in and buy some more food. Lake City. Excuse me, I'm going to stop. Might as well get a little shot of this view back over here. But, yeah, Lake City didn't have the salami and everything that I was really hoping I'd be able to find. So I got a package of jerky for each day for lunch to replace the salami. And I think that actually, it feels like that's way fewer calories actually than just like a quarter of the stick of salami that I was eating for lunch. I was pretty hungry last night, and yeah, and also I bought a box of 12 Pop-Tarts. Somehow, when I bought it at the store, my brain was thinking that was 12 packages, because each package has 2 Pop-Tarts, but that was not correct. It was 6 packages of 2 each. So I don't think I have enough food to get me to Durango. So that campground's like 0.7 off the trail. It closed at 7 p.m. That's like if I'm gonna make that today, I'm gonna have to make sure I keep moving. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I have enough food to get me to Durango, so I'm probably gonna have to stop there. But yeah. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning. The sun's shining down on me pretty hard right now. Didn't see the sun at all yesterday afternoon. Skies were 100% cloud covered, even if it wasn't raining for the most part. And even when the sky started poking through at times, the sun was not poking through. So it was a cold, miserable afternoon for me yesterday. A lot of people have fleeces, and I always kind of like wondered why fleeces over a puffy. Puffies are lighter, they're probably a little bit warmer, but yesterday kind of gave me a taste of maybe why a fleece makes sense. because the people who had fleeces could hike in their fleeces. And you can't really hike in a puffy when it's raining. So yeah, so like, you know, Seneca and Austin, they weren't anywhere near as cold as I was. And I think it's largely because they were able to hike with their fleece with their rain jacket over it. Maybe I could have done that with my puffy, I don't know. But anyway, ramble, that's all for now. My goal for the rest of this hike is to start taking these views for granted. So I mean, I'm not going to record every single view because the videos are already pretty long. It'll be 45-minute long videos if I'm recording every single view. I mean, there's nothing but views out here. But I remember when I was finishing up the trail with my dad, and when he did his hike, I think 2010, something like that. I asked him, you know, we were out in the San Juans, and I asked him, you know, do you ever like just get used to like how awesome it is out here? And he said yes. He said, yeah, actually, you kind of do. My goal is to not let that happen. Because, you know, I'll be back in Washington State. We're going to go see some pretty awesome stuff at Washington State for the next couple weeks after I'm done with this hike. But then we're going to be back in San Antonio. And San Antonio is a nice city. It's a very supremely underrated city. I'm not going to get into that, but it does not have is like beautiful stuff to look at. Not natural things, at least. All right, this is the Stony Pass Road trailhead. So this is the end of segment 23 and the beginning of segment 24. Yeah, and the views still don't suck. We are going to get below tree line this segment. It's been a long time since I've been below tree line. I mean, I guess I was below tree line in Lake City, but like while hiking, it's been a long time. Which can help a little bit. I mean, just dropping in elevation is going to make it warmer too. So if it happens to rain this afternoon, the ambient temperature should still just be way warmer. I don't know what we're at right now. We're definitely over 12, I would think. We will be dropping to below 9, I think. And then we climb back up at the end of the segment to around 11. So, but 11,000 is a lot lower than we've been. So, yeah, anyway. And yeah, so we're gonna have to check out this avalanche debris. It sounds like it's pretty crazy. It's just a stunning spot in this world. It's almost a little unfair to this part of the trail to call the eastern part of the trail the Colorado Trail too. This is, yeah, so much better than the eastern part of the trail. Like really, before the Collegiate East met back up with the Collegiate West, there were only like a handful of spots that gave you a taste of something like this. Oh man. Alright, we are splitting from the CDT, that way to Mexico, this way to Durango. And while I very much enjoy going to Mexico, they have better food in Mexico than they have in Durango. There's a free beer waiting for me if I go this way, and it's a lot shorter. So we'll go this way towards this angry looking cloud. Awesome. This is pretty much the top. We're about ready to descend down to, I think, below 9,000 feet. But pretty awesome spot. Austin and Seneca were taking their lunch up here, so I finally caught them. But man. Part of me is excited to get back into the trees because that makes dealing with the rain a lot better. I had a ton of mosquitoes over there. I was getting eat up while I had to spray whatever DEET to keep the mosquitoes away at lunch. But in the middle of the steep down, there's a big creek that's going down there, that waterfall over there. It's pretty, although I'm admittedly having to watch my step pretty carefully because the trail is pretty rocky and a slip would not be good, so, but it's beautiful. Down, down, down. Alright, we're coming up on avalanche debris. I mean, so far the trail's pretty much been clear, and it looks like it didn't used to be, so there may have been a lot of volunteers out here working on this, so thank you very much. I'm sure there's going to be some rough patches that I have to go through, navigate through here, but already, I mean, I can see that like some of the trees have been sawed and stuff, and they obviously, it's not random chance. Yeah, see right there, somebody cut that right there. That's, yeah, here too, right? All these things were across the trail. Wow. Thank you so much. That's a big help. Alright, looks like, so that probably was one. I think there were supposed to be 4 piles to navigate through. Yeah, see, that was cut right there. I think there were supposed to be 4 piles that we're supposed to navigate through this segment. So that must have been one. So that's pretty incredible. Man, avalanches are no joke. So this seems to be numero dos. Oh. Yeah. Well, let go of my pole tree. Again, the trail's pretty much clear, it looks like. I mean, this one's it'll take a little bit of navigating, but I mean, there's knocked over stuff on the other side of this trail, so definitely somebody got out here and made a really big impact on the trail. I have to go. Slippery. Limbo. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if this is probably still counts as 2, huh? Oh yeah, see there are some tags on some of these trees. I think they're suggesting a route. Yeah, I heard that they were trying to like clear something. Yeah, see, I see several of them. I think they're suggesting a route. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna need both hands. Okay, I made it through that thing. Part of me wonders if that was number 1. If it's 4 of those types of things. But yeah, here comes another patch of this stuff, and again, there's a bunch of the ribbons kind of marking a safe way through, so see, there's snow under there. Oh, all right, here we go. Need both hands. So while I was going through that avalanche debris, 400 miles. 400 miles, and that's the last of the 400-mile markers I need to hit. 85 miles to the end. 85 miles. Really about 84 now. Wow. It's crazy. That somehow didn't even register in my head. That, like, all the other 100-mile markers, like, that all registered in my head. Like, oh, I'm going to hit 100 or 200 or 300 today. But yeah, somehow it didn't even register in my head that we were going to hit. I just was, like, looking at something up ahead, and I saw it was at mile marker 40 something, and it was, like, at mile 409, and it was 9 miles away. I was like, oh, wait, what? Did I hit 400? Of course, that means I did, so pretty sweet. I think I'm done with the avalanche stuff. That was not bad, and I'd seen videos that did not slow me down anywhere near an hour, but I think that a lot of volunteer work probably happened between the time that I went through and when that no-blower went through. So thank you so much. And the ribbon really was kind of marking out a pretty nicely packed down place to go to walk through it. I actually like, I saw a ribbon, I thought, like, from that ribbon I was supposed to go to, like, the grass, but I wasn't. And when I went over in that direction, yeah, my foot slipped through it. You know, all the sticks and kind of pine needles and all that stuff, like, not a big log, like, my foot, like, sunk through that. So the fact that there is a fairly safe path that's marked through there is really nice. Man, looky here. I mean, it must have been 7 miles past the last avalanche debris pile. So now I really don't know. This could be 2. I have a feeling this is 3, though. Because we went through a pile like this and got out of it and went back in. That might be classified as the same. I don't know, whatever. I'm just going to get through whatever is in front of me. But I mean, after so long, I thought we were done with this. Let's see, where did the avalanche come from? Oh, I see. It came from back up this way. That big boulder there. It came from back up that. Yeah, so we're too close. So yeah, there used to be all these trees used to be there. I can see that there's some more down on that side too, with some trees that got lucky in the middle. Oh, I see. There's that big rock behind them, right? I don't know if you can see that. This like row of trees that are still standing. There's a big rock there, so the avalanche split around that rock. It took trees out on either side of this like very lucky strip of trees in the middle here. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Alright, and yes, that was 3. Because here is 4. This should be the last one. There's a pretty good trail beat in here in these things, so I mean, you gotta be careful, you gotta watch your step. You can't always trust your step, but it's not too bad. So this should be the last one. Alright. This is probably pretty high right here. Are you kidding me? Okay, this one has to be 4. There's no possible way that this can't be 4. Unless they're grouped things together in really funky ways. But I could have sworn the last one was 4, but whatever, here we go. One more once. So I just went past the exit for the Waimanuchi Wilderness area. Which makes me wonder when I entered it. I'm not totally sure. I know that the mountain bikers at that Stony Pass Road had to leave the main CT to avoid the wilderness area. So it was somewhere at the beginning of segment, or somewhere in segment 24. But yeah, I don't know when I went in. That's kind of interesting. Normally that would be something like that would be hard to miss. But anyway, so I was hoping to make it to the Mullis Lake Campground store before it closes. And there's a Guthook comment that says that it closes at 7. And I don't think I'm going to make that. Which I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I mean, like my body feels really good today. And so in a lot of ways I'd like to get as many miles as I can. But I might be hungry by the last couple days if I don't get some food. So I mean, the campground would be about if I camped, like, I'm not going to camp at the campground, but if I found like a site not too far away from it, that would be like around a 23-mile day, which I definitely feel like I've got in me. The question is, when would they open in the morning? But that's probably the thing. If I can't make it tonight, I asked Toofer, my dad, to look up the hours and send them to me over the Garmin here, so hopefully I'll know what the hours are and pretty soon. I'm really hoping he says they close at 7:30. Because if they were to close at 7:30, I think I'd make it. But if they close at 7, I don't think I'm going to. It's a pretty good climb up there too, so anyway, yeah, so depending on when they open, I don't know if I'd hike all the way out there and then just like, there's a chance that store doesn't open until like 9 or something, right? And normally I'd like to be hiking by 8, but whatever. I mean, if I put in 23 miles today, though, then that'll definitely have me, ahead of pace of what I need. So that's probably the play. Okay, I just got my answer from Toofer. It's open from 7 to 7 every day. So that's actually, so I'm probably not going to make it tonight, but I'm fine with, like 7 a.m. that's good. Like I can just wake up, and whenever I wake up I can just run into the store. Might even be able to leave. Am I supposed to hike on the train tracks? Is this a real thing? The sign seems to be suggesting that that's what I'm doing now. Let me check gut hook here and make sure that that is in fact the case. Yeah, that's the case. Not for long though. It looks like we're gonna cross it pretty soon and go over to the other side. So that's good. That makes me happy. Because if it wasn't gonna open until like 10 or 11, that probably would have made me want to risk it and try to push and just hopefully make it. But the fact that they're open at 7 means I'll just go in the morning. So that'll give me time tonight to kind of look at everything I've got and figure out exactly what I want to buy. So that the railroad tracks down there were about a little under 9,000 feet. Been quite a while since I've been that low. But then pretty quickly, on a long but not super steep climb, I back up to the mid-10s. This is probably about 10.4 or something like that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That one is going to be a winner. I was saying I was about ready to want to camp. And that one's going to be a winner. I think I'm going to have about a mile to the store in the morning. Yeah, obviously this is exposed, but there's a bunch of trees around and stuff. So it doesn't really bother me that it's exposed. The mosquitoes around here are terrible. Seneca kind of mentioned that, I think earlier in the video, that, yeah, part of the downsides of getting back into the trees is the mosquitoes, and yeah, the mosquitoes have been bad. I'm gonna have to spray some DEET, but anyway, that looks like home for tonight. Yeah, I'll check back in with the kind of final stats and mileage and everything once I'm set up.